Accountability is such a big deal. If I didn't have a personal trainer every day show up at my house, I wouldn't be training every day. I would come up with an excuse. I would come up with a rationalization. I would come up with some way to avoid working out. I did a couple things. One, I'm on the same schedule every single day. Two, I prepaid my trainers. So I'm not saving any money if they don't show up or whatever. But even so, it's like I've been saying, you know what? I want to do a little bit more cardio prior to the workout. The workout started at 9. So I set my alarm for like 7:45 and I'm going to try and get to the gym at 8 and get an hour on the treadmill or something before I start the workouts. And guess what? Because the accountability isn't there, like this morning, alarm went off at 7:45. I hit snooze at 8:10. I turned on CNBC, started watching the financial news. At 8:20, I had a pre-workout shake. Guess when I started the workout? 9 o'clock when the trainer showed up. Here's the thing, what I will tell all of you, create an accountability structure in your life. Find a friend that will force you to be accountable. You be accountable to them, they'll be accountable to you. It could be somebody in your downline. It could be somebody crossline. It could be somebody upline. Find somebody that will say, hey, love you, but I got to call you on your bullshit. You're just going through the motions. You're not working. You're avoiding the work. Come on, show up, get up. Let's go again. One more time. Create that for yourself. I'm one of the least disciplined people that you'll know. I'll tell you a quick story. Tony Robbins is a friend and he's a little bit intimidating because he's so on all the time and he's so prolific. He's so busy and productive. And I'm like, man, I feel like a loser sitting next to this guy. He's just Superman. Two things I learned from Tony and Tony's way of life and just in the last 3 years. One is he's not disciplined either. I found this out. He's not naturally disciplined, but he creates accountability structures around himself, whether it's the form of a deadline or it's the form of his wife's age or it's the form of creating a circle of people around him to make sure that things get done, or it's some big goal that becomes part of his accountability structure. He creates this bubble of accountability around him that causes him to be more productive than he would have been naturally. And I said, well, I could do that. I don't consider myself a disciplined person, but I went, all right, I could do that. So I'll create a deadline. So I needed to get in shape. So I'll tell you, I'm going to work out while you're working out. What does that force me to do? If there was a camera in your house following this, and this was a 90-day documentary on you building your business, what would the difference be in your performance? Be amazing, right? Not every day would be pretty, but it would be more than whatever you would have done. Second thing I learned from him, I was sitting down and doing an interview with him and I said, so what's going on? He said, Eric, this is before the interview. He said, I had the biggest breakthrough of my life just in the last 2 years. I said, well, what is it? He said, well, you know, I'm all energetic and I'm passionate. I'm all in. I'm super powerful on stage. He said, I decided to take that guy home with me. And I'm like, what? Because there's a difference with me between the person that when I'm being my best self and then when the cameras turn off, there's a difference. Posture changes, my energy changes, my conversation changes, my tone changes, everything changes. So I would love to tell you that I'm successful taking the onstage Eric and bringing him home 100% of the time. I'm not, but it's an aspirational thing for me. It's something that I want to aspire to. Be my highest self all the time. Be my highest self with the family. Be my highest self. Why do I need to let down? Why does the idea of that have to be exhausting? Doesn't have to. Just stuff for you to think about. To recharge, maybe, but maybe that the recharge is just an excuse to operate at a lower frequency. Maybe you just want to feel sorry for yourself just because you feel like it. Sometimes we just get a little over dramatic instead of being the highest version of ourselves as often and as consistently as we possibly can. And we need to kind of imagine and be aware of our excuses. Why am I always talking about this emotional stuff in this journey? Yeah, we're giving you tactical stuff every day. I'm going to give you some amazing stuff to change your life today. But some of you feel like you should be overwhelmed, so you're deciding to be overwhelmed. Some of you are deciding to be stressed. Some of you are deciding to be grumpy. Some of you deciding to be disappointed in the human experience because somebody was mean to you. You're making these decisions. You can make different decisions. You can do anything if you set your mind to it, one day at a time. Here's my challenge. You ready? For the next 24 hours, I want you to operate at the highest possible frequency. Joy, enthusiasm, passion, energy, love. as if somebody is following you, as if somebody had the camera on you all the time. No matter what the experience that happens to you in the next 24 hours, you're going to be the highest possible frequency. You're not going to give in to your rationalization, your justification, and all of your excuses and all of the, wanting somebody to pat you on the back and all that stuff. You rise above.